Welcome to our channel, A Person Life Cycle. Many adults struggle to learn English because they approach it like an academic subject. They memorize grammar rules, study vocabulary lists, translate every sentence, and worry about making mistakes. But there is another way. Think about how a child learns their first language. A child does not begin with grammar books. They listen. They imitate. They repeat. They make mistakes. They try again. Eventually, speaking becomes natural. Adults can use the same basic approach when learning English. The goal is not to study English endlessly. The goal is to hear English, understand English, speak English, and repeat English until it becomes natural. 1. A child listens before speaking. Before a child can speak, they spend thousands of hours listening. They hear their parents say, "Come here. Let's eat. Where are you going? Do you want water?" At first, the child may not understand every word, but they hear the same expressions again and again. Slowly, the sounds become familiar, and the meaning becomes clear. Adults can do the same thing. Listen to simple English conversations every day. Do not worry about understanding every single word. Focus on the overall meaning and become familiar with the sounds and expressions. 2. Speak before you feel ready. Children do not wait until their grammar is perfect before speaking. They simply try. They may say a sentence incorrectly, but they continue communicating. Adults often do the opposite. They think, "My grammar isn't good enough. My pronunciation is bad. I don't know enough vocabulary. I might make a mistake." This fear can prevent them from speaking. If you want to learn English naturally, you must be willing to speak before you feel completely ready. Speaking is not the result of learning English. Speaking is part of learning English. 3. Repeat, repeat, repeat. Repetition is one of the most powerful parts of language learning. A child may hear the same word hundreds of times before using it naturally. Adults should also repeat useful expressions instead of constantly learning new ones. For example, "I don't know. I don't understand. Can you help me? What do you mean? How much is it? What are you doing? I'll do it later." These simple sentences are extremely useful. The more you repeat them, the faster they become automatic. 4. Learn sentences, not just words. Many adults memorize individual vocabulary: go, want, time, food, work, tomorrow. But knowing individual words does not automatically make speaking easy. Instead, learn complete expressions. "I want to go. I don't have time. I'm going to work. What do you want to eat? See you tomorrow." Your brain can gradually store these patterns as complete units. When you need them, you can recall them without constructing every sentence from grammar rules. 5. Stop translating everything. A child learning their first language does not translate every sentence into another language. They connect words directly with meaning. When someone says apple, the child eventually connects the sound with the object, not with a translated word. Adults can practice the same process. When you hear, "Open the door," try to imagine the action instead of translating the sentence word by word. When you hear, "I'm hungry," connect it directly with the feeling of hunger. The more you practice this, the less dependent you become on translation. 6. Don't be afraid of mistakes. Children make countless language mistakes. They may use the wrong tense, pronounce words incorrectly, or create sentences that sound strange. But they keep talking. Adults often treat mistakes as failures. In reality, mistakes are information. They show you what you need to improve. If you say something incorrectly, listen to the correct version, repeat it, and continue. Don't try to avoid every mistake. Use mistakes as part of the learning process. 7. Use simple English every day. You don't need complicated conversations at the beginning. Start with your everyday life. When you wake up, "I'm awake. I'm tired. I need coffee. It's raining. When you work, I'm busy. I need to finish this. Let's take a break. When you go outside, it's hot today. Where is the bus? I need to buy some food. These sentences may seem simple, but they build the foundation of natural communication. 8. Copy native speakers. Children naturally imitate the people around them. Adults can deliberately use the same technique. Listen to a short English sentence. Pause. Repeat it. Try to copy the pronunciation, rhythm, stress, and intonation. For example, how are you doing? Listen. Repeat. Listen again. Repeat again. This technique is often called shadowing. It can help connect listening and speaking. 9. Practice the same conversation many times. Instead of having hundreds of different conversations once, practice a small number of conversations repeatedly. For example, hi, how are you? I'm good. How about you? I'm doing well. What are you doing today? I'm going to work. Have a good day. You too. Repeat this conversation until the words come out naturally. Then change one part. I'm going to the store. I'm going to the gym. I'm going to meet a friend. This allows you to build new sentences from familiar patterns. 10. Grammar can come later. Grammar is important, but it does not have to be the first thing you focus on. A child learns to say, I don't want it, long before understanding the grammatical structure behind the sentence. Adults can first become comfortable using common patterns. Later, grammar explanations can help organize and refine what they already know. Grammar should support communication, not prevent communication. 11. Make English part of your life. The best way to learn is to make English part of your daily environment. Listen to English while walking. Talk to yourself in English. Describe what you are doing. Watch simple English videos. Repeat sentences aloud. Read short English stories. Use English when shopping or traveling. The objective is to create frequent contact with the language. Even 15 to 30 minutes of active speaking and repetition every day can become powerful when maintained for months. 12. Think like a child, practice like an adult. Adults have one major advantage over children. They can practice deliberately. A child learns naturally because they are surrounded by language. An adult can recreate that process intentionally. Listen like a child. Imitate like a child. Repeat like a child. Make mistakes like a child. But practice with the discipline of an adult. You already know how to communicate, understand concepts, and recognize patterns. You simply need to give your brain enough exposure and repetition to make English familiar. Conclusion. Learning English does not always have to begin with complicated grammar books or thousands of vocabulary words. Sometimes, the simplest approach is the most powerful. Listen, speak, repeat, make mistakes, listen again, speak again, repeat again. A child learns a language by living with it. An adult can learn English by bringing the same natural process into everyday life. Don't wait until your English is perfect before speaking. Speak first. Improve while you speak. The more you hear and repeat English, the more familiar it becomes. And eventually, sentences that once required careful thinking can begin to come naturally. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please like, subscribe, and share to support the channel. Keep learning, keep practicing, and remember, listen, speak, repeat, just like a child. See you in the next video.